Cooked with Shaq is sponsored in part by Prairie Meats, your local store that offers different cuts of meats featuring deli and grocery, event catering, the smokehouse, and more. 2326 Miller Avenue and in the College Park Mall or prairiemeats.ca. Prairie Meats, the taste families love. Sponsored in part by Sask Pork, online at saskpork.com for consumer information, industry news, and special events. And put porkonyourfork.com for recipes. Sask Pork, demonstrating our commitment to our animals, communities, and customers.
Hey, I'm Shaq from Rock 102. I'm not a chef, and I didn't go to any fancy cooking school. I'm just a regular guy that likes to cook. Hey everybody, welcome to Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq, he is Harrison. Are you feeling good today?
I'm feeling great.
Because I've got some great news for you.
Oh yeah?
We are going to be doing a show that is, well, down to basics, okay? We're going to do a basic recipe, but it is going to be so good. Now, we've done steak shows before in the past, but we're going to make this one even better. We're going to go over the top on the steak. And we're also going to do a wicked potato recipe as well, too. So it's Steak and Potato Day on Cooked with Shaq. We'd also like to thank Almighty Voice. The music that you're going to be hearing in the background of the episode will be from Almighty Voice. Their new album is called All for One. So watch for them on the internet. Check them out when you see them in town. They put on a great show. All right, let's get right to the Steak and Potatoes Day today. You're thinking, what can we do with steak and potatoes that is going to make it just be kind of new, but you want to keep it old school as well too.
Right.
So what do you usually put in with steak? So you have steak, you have mushrooms, you have onions. What if you put all that together and stuck it on a great big slab of meat? So what we're gonna do,
all right.
We've done this before. This is a recipe from another episode. So there's gonna be mushrooms, there's gonna be bacon, and cream cheese all put in a food processor. There's gonna be like a pate, and we're gonna put it all on top of this nice strip loin steak. We're gonna grill it all up for you, and then we're gonna make dill potatoes. Oh, it's gonna be just fantastic. Shall we pause for a second, just to think about it? Okay.
All right.
Let's get at it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with the mushrooms. We got a nice hot pan here. Now, we've already done up the bacon. There's so many things here, I'm not even sure where I'm going with this.
I saw the bacon. When I walked in, I saw the bacon and the cheese. I'm like, all right, we're ready to go.
So
we're ready to go. This is another Cook with Shaq.
We've got our bacon ready to go. So now what we do have is a little bit of bacon grease. Okay, we're gonna use the bacon. Never waste the bacon grease.
No.
This is liquid gold. I'm telling you, liquid gold right
water.
there.
We need it.
All right, so then we got a nice hot pot. We're gonna throw in a little bit of bacon grease. Get that really smoking. Let's turn it down just a little bit. Now we got to get our mushrooms going. So chop up the mushrooms. Here we go. Ready for a little bit of chopping music?
Already? Okay,
yeah, let's
here we
get
go.
right at it. Here we go. All right. We got a lot of mushrooms to go through here, boys and girls. That's okay, though. Keep going, keep going. We're halfway through. We gotta keep going, and cut these mushrooms too. Yeah. Don't have to have a really thin slice on them, just a nice little coarse chop. Because eventually, they are going to be put into the food processor and ground up into little itty bitty mushrooms. Okay, let's get those going. Just about there, just about there. Who needs a food processor when you got the chopper? Call me the chopper. Bammo! Woo! Look at that, record time for the mushroom chopping. Wow. Okay, so you get these right into the pan and get those going. Oh, and that bacon grease, they're gonna absorb all that bacon oil, bacon fat.
Yeah.
And we wanna get those going because we wanna bring them down to, well, they're gonna be not like completely crispy or anything like that, but they're gonna be nicely rendered down. Like I say, all the bacon grease is going to be soaked in. It's gonna be great.
That's
so
perfect.
Let's move those around just a little bit. Do a little flippity flip.
Oh, we're getting all fancy on us again.
Oh, yeah, well, you know. There it is. Okay, that's gonna go. We're gonna put a little bit of salt in. Just a wee bit. You don't have to put too much because remember you got bacon grease in there, right? Okay. Next. I'm not sure what we're doing next. Okay, we're gonna make the steak spice, I think. This is what we're gonna do. So we have a special rub that we're gonna put. I gotta show you the steaks. Oh, 1 inch thick, baby. 1 inch thick, sweet, tender strip loin steaks. Look at that.
That is beautiful.
That is going to be good. So those are going to be going into the grill pan coming up a little bit later on, but we need a nice little rub for them, a little bit of spice to put on it. So I've got a basic recipe for a spice rub. Pretty simple. Start off with a little bit. Now it's equal amounts of everything except for the salt. You don't want to put equal amounts of salt in or else it's going to be too salty.
Right.
So you want to have, I'm not sure, a couple of tablespoons. Let's go with a couple of tablespoons with all this stuff. Okay, I'm not sure if that's what this is.
Shaq's Measurements 101 here. Here we go.
Very scientific, okay? So we're going to start off with some paprika. We're going to get a little bit of onion salt, or onion powder, that is. Garlic powder.
I like that.
A little bit of chili powder. Not so much. Don't go with the go with 1 tablespoon of chili powder. You don't want too much in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you want all that in there. And then you probably want about a teaspoon of salt in there. Now, come over here, grab yourself a whisk. Whisk all that up really nice. And it's ready to go. Okay, so that's ready. Now let's get started on the potatoes because the potatoes are going to have to go into the oven and roast for about a half an hour or so. So what we're going to do, I'm telling you, man, this is a simple way of doing this that I've been doing for years and years. We're going to take out, we haven't taken out the mandolin for a while.
Oh, yeah, it has been a long time.
The old mandolin has been used. Okay, so now we're going to give it about kind of a medium slice on it because we don't want to.
This thing still kind of scares me, though. I don't think I would go near this. But.
Always use the guide or the safety guide that goes with the potatoes or whatever vegetables you're using because you don't want to lose a finger. Unfortunately, I lost the guide somewhere. I don't know where it is, so we're just going to be really careful, okay? All right. Now, this is so quick. I recommend that everybody gets a mandolin if you're going to be doing any kind of slicing.
It looks so easy.
Yeah, and that's as far down as I'm going to go. Because I don't want to be losing a digit. All right, so just keep on going with it. Okay, we're getting down to the last potato.
All right.
These are like 3 huge potatoes. You can use any kind of potatoes you want, whether it be like a russet potato, a Yukon Gold, a baker's potato, whatever you want. Now, you just have your basic potatoes, just like this. But we're just going to put this off to the side a little bit. We're going to throw some salt and pepper on. Oh, it's something else I forgot. In the spice rub, a little bit of pepper as well, too.
Oh, for sure.
Got to throw some pepper in. Okay, so let's get some pepper on the taters. Lots of fresh ground pepper on the potatoes.
Ground pepper.
Okay, so got that done. You know what I'm going to do? Just for kicks, I'm going to throw a little bit of the steak rub on.
Oh, why not?
Just a little bit of the steak rub. Let's try that out. Never tried that before. Let's go back to our mushrooms and see how they're doing. Oh, they're doing great. See how many mushrooms that I had chopped in there?
Yeah.
They was piled up. And see what happens is once they get heated up, start absorbing all that bacon fat, they start to, I guess, shrink a little bit. So they're just about ready to go. We'll get to that in a sec. Okay, back here. Whew, we just got too many things happening. I'm all excited. Okay, next, we're going to throw some onion on. So now, here we go again. Okay, so we're just going to take some nice slices.
I just always want to play like that.
Onion. Well, because it makes you cry, so you always need a sad song. Take all of those onions, put them all throughout the potatoes like that, and just toss them on. Toss them on wherever you feel. Okay.
Yeah.
That's ready. Now what we're going to do is we need a little bit of butter. I'm just going to grab a spoon, take a little butter, just dab it everywhere.
Just a little bit of butter.
Just dab it
Just a
everywhere.
little teeny bit there.
Just a wee little bit of butter, just to kind of bring it all together. You know what I mean?
But I mean, it will melt and it'll get all through there.
Yes,
So
it'll get.
you need a good amount of butter.
That's right.
Right?
Now what we're going to do is we're going to toss a little bit of dill in. A little bit of dill on the potatoes is always great. So, bundle it all up into a little bundle and then just start chopping. And there it is right there. You put a little dill. Look at that.
It didn't take long at all.
Man, see, nothing to this. You just have to have your ingredients ready to go.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to it. And I think we're not quite ready.
Oh.
We have to put a little bit of bacon on.
Wow.
Just a little bit of bacon there, like that. And like that. We can't forget the cheese.
Of course.
Look at this. I could eat this thing without even going in the oven. Let's just
Yeah, I was gonna say,
let's just tuck in right now.
pass it over here.
The cheese goes in. Okay, I think. Is there anything else? Is the kitchen sink got to go in?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Let's
We can pour some bacon grease on it. Help with it with the butter. Just a little dribble.
Sure, why not? Just a
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
There you go.
You know what? That's an excellent idea.
Hey, see?
Excellent idea. All right.
Not only can I play guitar, but
Whew. You have got some intuition when it comes to food. Okay, so you get your top part of your tin foil, and then you basically just fold it up like this, fold in the corners so that it all stays kind of sealed in. You do the same with the edges. Move it around like that. It's a nice little pouch of wonderfulness.
it's like a Kinder Surprise.
Look at that. And there is a surprise in there. $3.75 for about 25 minutes to a half an hour. We're going to throw these in. We're going to come back. We're going to put together the bacon mushroom pate for the steak and potato day on Cooked with Shaq. Already working up a sweat.
Cooked with Shaq is sponsored in part by Prairie Meats, your local store that offers different cuts of meats featuring deli and grocery, event catering, the smokehouse, and more. 2326 Miller Avenue and in the College Park Mall or prairiemeats.ca. Prairie Meats, the taste families love.
Look at these steaks. 1 inch thick, strip loin, well marbled. These are very soon going to be a part of us because we are going to be eating them. They're going to be so good. We're going to have a mushroom pate, and we're going to make that for you right now. These steaks, now a good rule of thumb for steaks, always bring them up to room temperature before you actually cook them, okay? Just because what happens is once you put them in the pan, they're already at room temperature. They don't have to cook that much more. If they're cold, they have to cook that much more just to get the inner temperature. So it takes a little bit longer and a little bit more inaccurate. So bring them up to room temperature, and they are, believe you me. Okay, so let's get to the mushroom pate. So we're going to start off with, this isn't like a real pate like they have like liver pate or duck pate or whatever. This is just my own version. I just call it a pate. It's just a really good topping. You can use it for chip dip if you want. We're going to start off with a big schwack. That's a new measurement.
Schwack?
Big schwack. Okay, that is the measurement of the day
All right.
of cream cheese. Okay, let's get that right in there. Cream cheese goes in. Get the kind that's kind of spreadable, just because there goes the whole thing right there. That's what you want anyway.
That's a whole other measurement there.
That's a really big schwack. Okay, that's in.
It's pretty much the whole container.
Let's get about a half a cup of nice aged cheddar cheese. Get that in there. Let's get the bacon in there, hey, shall we? Get all that in. Let's throw a little bit of Worcester sauce in there as well, too, just to give it some nice, robust umami. No, I'm not talking about your mummy.
I was like, yo mama?
Umami. Umami is just another flavor. You know how salt, sweet, sour. Umami is another kind of a meatier flavor.
Oh,
that's what they tell me anyway. Anyway, so we're gonna put in a little bit of hot sauce. And don't forget about the star of the show. And that is the mushrooms. Oh, and I'm losing them. Oh. Hang on a second. That's we don't want to lose any of these mushrooms. We just want to get it all in there. Look at that. That is going to be something else right there. Okay. That's ready to go. Are you ready to whiz this up and see what happens? I'm just wondering if I'm forgetting anything. I've got the Worcester, I've got the hot sauce, I've got maybe a little bit of salt, a little bit of bacon grease. I don't think we'll need the bacon grease in this one. No, I think we're good.
Okay, with the mushrooms and the, bacon.
Yeah, I think we've got pretty much as much bacon in there as we can possibly handle. I'm going to throw in a little bit of pepper, though. Fresh ground pepper, always a good thing. And it's good for you, too. Oh, you know what else? Dill. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do another little chunk of dill. Let's just rip off some. You know what? I'm not even going to bother chopping it because it's going to get chopped up in here anyway. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we are.
Here we go. We haven't fired this baby up in a long time. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's give it a pulse first and see what happens. Nice. Okay, let's send it into high gear. Here we go. Go. And that's all you need right there. Just gonna work the sides down just a wee little bit. Okay. And of course, what do you have to do every time you make something?
Shaq gets to taste test it and I get to watch.
Here we go. Let's see how this is gonna turn out. It's unbelievable.
I'm sure it is.
It is unbelievable. You'll get to taste it real soon, and you're going to taste it on top of the steak, too. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got the pate ready to go. We got the potatoes in the oven. The steaks are ready. We're going to get the steaks going as soon as we come back. It's a steak and potato day right here on Cooked with Shaq.
Sponsored in part by Sask Pork, online at saskpork.com for consumer information, industry news, and special events. And put porkonyourfork.com for recipes. Sask Pork, demonstrating our commitment to our animals, communities, and customers.
Meat and potatoes day on Cooked with Shaq. We have got some beauties. Look at this strip loin steak, 1 inch thick, and we're going to be putting our bacon and mushroom pate on top of that with some grilled or pan-fried onions and sweet peppers. Look at that. Now you just let those kind of render down so they just melt in your mouth. Those are just about ready to go. We got a nice hot grill pan ready to go as well for our steaks. I'm sorry, but we ran out of bacon grease, so we're just going to have to use regular old canola oil. Just oil up the grill just a little bit. Well, yeah, we're going to have a lot of bacon and a lot of bacon grease in this recipe. All right, so we made the rub or the spice mix, whatever you want to call it, to put onto the steaks. So basically, you just dribble it on. Give them a shot just like that all the way through. Get it on there nice and thick. All right, once that's in there, you just give them a good old rub. Just rub it right in. And you flip them babies over just like that. And you do the same thing on the other side. Look at that. Oh, just the smell of that. You don't need store-bought stuff, folks. Just make it yourself, and you can control what you want. If you want to make it a little bit more garlicky, you can do that. If you want to make it more oniony, you can do that as well, too. Just get that rub in there real nice all around the edges as well, too. And then if you have leftovers, put it in a leftover shaker, like a salt shaker or something that you maybe used spices in, and then you've got it for later as well. Okay, nice hot pan, ready to go. In goes the steak. Look at that. Listen to that sizzle. You want that pan super hot, okay? Super hot. And then what we're going to do is get nice grill marks on that. Let it go for a little bit. Wash your hands real quick. Make sure that you get all that meaty stuff off your hands. So we're gonna let those grill away, and they're gonna be, we're gonna get both sides grill marks and nice kind of a browning caramelization on both sides. Then it's going into the oven at 375 with the potatoes until they're done the way you want them, which is medium rare. So we're gonna let these steaks just fry away right now. All right, so let's see what they look like. See, check that out. Ooh,
Right
that's
on.
looking good, hey? You get the nice grill marks on there just like that. And that's what you want. You want the nice hot, super hot pan or barbecue, whatever you're using to grill your steaks, so that you get that nice caramelization going and it keeps all the juices inside the steak, okay? So that's why you do it this way. So you let that go a little bit longer, and we're gonna get these steaks, once they're grilled on both sides nice, into the oven. Look at those beautiful steaks, eh?
Oh, that's
Check
coming
that
along
out.
real good.
All right, so the potatoes are in the oven. They're still working. We're putting the steaks now into the oven because inside they're going to be fairly rare, unless you like them like that. Some people like them the way it is right now. If that's the case, take them out, start eating. And what we're going to do is just let that go in the oven for about another, I'm going to say about maybe 10 more minutes, just so that we get a nice medium rare on it, okay? And we're going to come back, and then we're going to plate it all up. We've got the mushroom and bacon pate we're going to put on top of the steak. We've got the peppers and the onions. We're going to put that on top. The potatoes.
Wow.
Oh, this is going to be good. Meat and potatoes day. Cook with Shaq. Here we go. I can hardly wait for this as we pull out these steaks, the 1-inch thick strip loin steaks with the mushroom and bacon pate. Look at that. That's with some dill in there as well, some fresh dill. Oh,
This
what do you
is
say?
amazing, Shaq.
This is unbelievable. Well, hopefully it tastes amazing, but I think it will because we have done the recipe. We've done the steaks before, and we've also done the mushroom and bacon pate when we did our appetizer episode. Right. But we decided we're going to put it right on top of the steaks and see what happens. So look at that. You have it all. I'm not sure which one to pull out. I think we're going to do this one right here. Now, look at that. And they're all done. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. You know what I'm going to do?
You could eat, yeah, you need
Need a little extra hand here to get that steak out. Look how big that steak is. Look at that now.
People would pay good money for this in a restaurant.
And I want to just cut this. I want to show you that this is perfectly cooked. Let me come around here to this side. Look how perfectly cooked that is. Nice hint of pink in there. Your little medium rare. That's more of a medium, but you know what? That is
I'm
good,
okay with that.
good right there. Okay, so you got the steak. Now, you've got your dill, cheese, bacon, onion, potatoes. Let's get that going here. Get a big schwack. There we go, big schwack
Love
of
the
potatoes.
onions in there too. That's gonna
Look at that.
just add so much flavor.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of bacon on top of that. It doesn't get much better than that, right there. Strip loin steak, mushroom and bacon pate on top of that with a little bit of dill. We've got the cheese, bacon, and onion potatoes. Throw this on the barbecue. Do whatever you want with it, but just eat it because it is gonna be good. Thanks for joining us on Cook with Shaq once again. Our good friends, Almighty Voice, and their album All for One. They were the special guests today, hearing the music in the background throughout the episode. Thanks again, Cook with Shaq. Our 50th episode is coming up in the next couple of months.
Wait, Shaq! You forgot the peppers!
Oh, yes, the peppers. That's right. You put the peppers through. Oh, all these peppers and onions.
There you go.
You put them right on top, just like that, and you're good to go.
It's getting worried.
Sorry about that.
Cooked with Shack is sponsored in part by Prairie Meats, your local store that offers different cuts of meats featuring deli and grocery, event catering, the smokehouse, and more. 2326 Miller Avenue and in the College Park Mall or prairiemeats.ca. Prairie Meats, the taste families love. Sponsored in part by Sask Pork, online at saskpork.com for consumer information, industry news, and special events. And put porkonyourfork.com for recipes. Sask Pork, demonstrating our commitment to our animals, communities, and customers.